Good afternoon, everyone, and I hope this press availability finds you well. Joining me today is our Commission Chair, MC Rothhorn, our Legal Liaison, Commissioner Stephen Lett, and our former Chairperson of the Commission, Commissioner Rebecca Szetela. Please excuse my Freudian slip. I'm here today to do a recap of our commission meeting that took place earlier today at 10 o'clock a.m. I provided you the dormancy memo. I provided you a copy of the PowerPoint that was used for today's meeting with regards to answering any questions. We do know that we have competition in the news with regards to the FBI raid, and we understand that, but we hope that the information that is shared can contribute with regards to reporting the news in an open and transparent manner. One of the things, if you would be so inclined and helpful to do to improve on our ability to forecast the budget, if any of you can help us identify the amount of money that was spent, defending lawsuits in the 2010 election cycle, whether it's from the general fund passed by the legislature or given directly to the Michigan Department of State. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated if you could help us identify the amount of money that was spent defending lawsuits so we can help us forecast our budget in this 2020 election cycle. Once again, the commissioners are here and we can open the floor for questions. Thank you so much for joining us today. Raise your hand and we'll go with whoever comes up first. Yes, you have permission to record the Zoom. We did provide that in the email to you. You always have permission to record the Zoom on your end. So thank you for asking, but please note that we do provide that when we invite you to the press availability. Are there any questions at this time for the commissioners? Hearing none, we will.
Actually, Edward, I did have a question. I apologize, I'm on the House floor, but just to recap, today's decision, they basically said, either you can ask the Secretary of State, sorry, 1 second. Sorry. So they said either you can ask the Secretary of State or experts and authorities to defend lawsuits in the future, or the commission can continue to basically be in session until the next redistricting cycle.
I think she's looking for clarification. Commissioner Lett or Szetela, do you want to take that?
Go ahead, Rebecca.
Yeah, I think what our lawyers were trying to do was just propose some options for us of possible ways that we could proceed. Nothing was decided today, but the memo did outline that would be one option, that the commission could just go ahead and delegate its authority to defend to either the Secretary of State or potentially to retain counsel, or we could have the other option, depending on how we read the interpretation of the Constitution, of continuing as a body while litigation is resolved as well, if there's any new litigation other than the ones that are currently pending. So it was really just a variety of options, and those were two of the options that were mentioned.
Yeah, the report submitted by the attorneys today was just for informational purposes only. There were no decisions made. In fact, we moved it forward to another meeting that we'll have probably sometime in July or August to discuss it. That will give us time to review the memorandum that they prepared, which provided several different options, and decide where to go from there.
Beth, did that answer your question? You can do a reaction. I know you're on the House floor doing double duty, multitasking, but hands up, or if you can come off mute and tell us if that answered your question, that would be great, or say something in the chat.
Thank you. Sorry, that did answer my question. I had one follow-up. Is until this next meeting, when you guys discuss it again in July or August, the commission is continuing to get paid, correct?
I didn't catch what you said at the last.
She wants to know if the commissioners will continue to be paid during the process. And the answer is yes.
Yes.
Any other
But
follow-up?
Yeah, I would clarify on that that's not contingent on that dormancy memo. That's because we have active litigation that is still pending and proceeding. We have 2 cases in the Western District of Michigan that are proceeding. And so the commission is still active because of that litigation at a minimum.
So does that mean, I mean, that litigation could take 2 years. So does that mean you guys could continue to be paid for 2 years while that litigation is active?
I think unless the commission decides otherwise, yes.
Beth, did that answer your question?
That did, thank you. And I apologize for the noise in the background.
Nope, you're just doing your job. Appreciate it. Lisa, I saw you came off mute, please.
Yes, I apologize. I still haven't figured out how to raise my hand on this thing.
It's okay.
And I do apologize for the background noise. Unfortunately, the lawn guys are here.
Oh,
The
the long guys, the legislature, it's the day of elves. We appreciate
I
that.
apologize. I actually did not attend your meeting, but I am asking this question on behalf of a coworker who is not immediately available to sign on. So I apologize. I don't have the context, just the question.
What outlet do you represent?
I'm sorry, MERS News.
Okay.
His question is, what happens if the commission doesn't get its money and can't pay its bills?
Well,
Well,
the simple answer is we're going to get the money because the Constitution requires that we get the money and pay our bills. So that's not an option. There is no plan B. Plan A is we'll follow the Constitution, and the legislature is required to fund the commission.
Well, I understand that, but sometimes we don't always do what we're supposed to do. So
Well,
do you have a plan B if for some reason they don't decide not to? I mean, I get that you hope they would,
not until
but
they say that. We have not discussed a plan B because plan A is follow the Constitution. If they are in fact doing what they're supposed to do, then that's it.
Commissioner Rothhorn, did you have something you wanted to add?
I was gonna say, Mr. Rothhorn, you were nodding. Did you have something to add, sir?
No, I was just gonna add, yeah, that's what Commissioner Lett said is exactly it.
Thank you.
I see 9 and 10 News and WILX TV News 10. Are there any questions that you may have? All right, well, no longer to belabor the point. I think we addressed the dormancy question and we adjust plan A and only A as relates to the budget request with regards to following the Constitution. Once again, want to thank the members of the press for joining us today for this press availability. Appreciate you multitasking to ensure that the public hears the information as relates to the Michigan Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission. And once again, if any of you can help us with our budget forecasting by identifying how much money was spent in defending maps in the 2010 election cycle, whether it's through general appropriations or directly through the Michigan Department of State, we would greatly appreciate your assistance. Thanks again to our chairperson, Commissioner MC Rothhorn, Commissioner Steve Lett, who is our legal liaison, and last but not least, our former chairperson and still current commissioner, Rebecca Szetela. Thank you so much and have a great afternoon. Goodbye.
Thank you.